Many materialistic people would do anything to get their hands on valuable objects. Even the most humble people wouldn't mind receiving such a gift. But whatever you do, avoid these items at all costs, or pay the price that bears with them. Number 10. Crying Boy Painting. On a visual level, this painting simply depicts a boy crying. The painting was often found in homes in England in the early 1980s. Suddenly, house fires began erupting in the homes where the painting was present. Strangely, the home and belongings surrounding the image was burnt beyond recognition. The painting was always found to be untouched. Because of this, people began believing that hanging this piece of dark art in your house would invite fire. Number 9. Maori warrior masks. The indigenous people of New Zealand, the Maori, used to carve masks and statues prior to battle. They believed any man who died in battle would leave his spirit behind in one of their warrior masks. While these possessed masks hold no immediate threat to other men, women who are pregnant or currently on their monthly cycle are said to be cursed with bad luck or even harm if they get near one. Because of this, the New Zealand Museum posted a warning specifically for pregnant women. Number 8. Kohinoor diamond. This diamond is an interesting trade-off. If you were to possess it, you would be holding a 109-carat gem. The downside? It comes with a hefty curse, if you're a man. As opposed to the Maori warrior masks that only affects women, this diamond brings strife and violence to men who have had it in their possession. It was supposedly stolen from the deity Krishna. Shursasuri of India was a powerful emperor performing many great feats. After getting his hands on the diamond, he died in a cannon explosion. His son, Jalal Khan, was later murdered by his own brother-in-law. Number 7. Hope Diamond. The curse of the Hope Diamond dates back to its Indian heritage. The great blue diamond was said to have been stolen from the forehead of an idol. According to the legend, the diamond was stolen from a statue of the Hindu goddess Sita. The Hindu priests placed a curse on whoever owned the diamond. The curse has been passed down to many. Some notable examples was King Louis XIV of France. Louis XIV died on September 1st, 1715 of gangrene. And not only that, all of his legitimate children and grandchildren died. And also the English King George IV, who was left with considerable debts. Number 6. Delhi Purple Sapphire. From one precious jewel to another, in the early 1800s, when the stone was originally looted from an Indian temple, the stone brought poor health and financial troubles to its owner. For example, when author Edward Heron Allen owned the gemstone, he had so many unfortunate things happen in his life that he threw it into a canal, only to have it return after a drudger found it and knew that he was the owner. He eventually sent it with instructions that no one should touch until 3 years after his death. The curse of the Delhi Purple Sapphire was sent to the London Museum when a curator uncovered the stone with the note attached about its curse. Number 5. Uluru Rocks. Uluru is probably Australia's best known natural landmark. The ancient monolith is pretty impressive that thousands of tourists go to visit each year. While it is against the law to take rocks out of the country, some find it upon themselves to pinch a piece of Uluru as a keepsake. Maybe due to the Aboriginal history, people who have brought a piece home with them are said to experience the curse of bad luck and misfortune. As a result, people regularly mail their rocks back to Australia with a letter of apology attached. Number 4. Blarney Stone Rocks. It is said to bring you good luck if you lay a kiss on the Blarney Stone in Ireland, but removing a piece of this stone is a different story. It will curse you with bad luck in your life. People report misfortune such as depression, financial woes and loss of employment. Like with the Uluru, people who regret their decision of thievery have been known to mail it back within weeks or months of unfortunate events. Number 3. Black Olav. The Black Olav diamond, also called the Eye of Brahma, was stolen from a Hindu shrine by a monk. The gem was passed down to multiple female owners, many of whom took their own lives. At least 2 of the women who took possession of the Black Olav leapt to their deaths from a tall building. After the jewel was sold to a jeweler in New York, the curse is said to have been broken, which is good for future owners, but does no good for the previous victims of the stone's bad luck. Number 2. Iceman. The remains of a man estimated to be more than 5,000 years old were discovered in the Alps in 1991. Since then, 7 of the people who were involved with the discovery have died. Most of them were sudden and not of natural causes. One died in a car accident on the way to give a speech about the discovery. Another researcher died in an avalanche not long after. Other researchers died of causes that include a blood disorder diagnosed right after the Iceman was found, and falling from a cliff. And number 1. King Tutankhamun. The belief in a curse was brought to people's attention due to the mysterious deaths of a few members of Howard Carter's team and other prominent visitors to the tomb shortly after. The famous Egyptologist James Henry Breasted worked with Carter soon after the first opening of the tomb. He reported how Carter sent a message on an errand to his house. On approaching his home, the messenger thought he heard a faint, almost human cry. Upon reaching the entrance, he saw a birdcage occupied by a cobra, the symbol of the Egyptian monarchy. Carter's canary had died in its mouth, and this fueled local rumours of the curse. Arthur Weigel, a previous inspector of antiques to the Egyptian government, reported that this was interpreted as Carter's house being broken into by the royal cobra, the same as that worn on the king's head to strike enemies, on the day the king's tomb was broken into. Arthur Weigel reported that he had watched the Earl laughing and joking as he entered the king's tomb, and said to a nearby reporter, "I give him 6 weeks to live." Soon followed the first of the mysterious deaths. Lord Carnarvon had been bitten by a mosquito, and later slashed the bite accidentally while shaving. It became infected with blood poisoning. The first autopsy carried out on the body of Tutankhamun found a healed lesion on the left cheek. In 1925, the anthropologist Henry Field, accompanied by Breasted, visited the tomb and recalled the kindness and friendliness of Carter. He also reported how a paperweight, given to Carter's friend, Sir Bruce Ingham, was composed of a mummified hand with its wrist adorned with a scarab bracelet marked with, "Cursed be he who moves my body. To him shall come fire, water, and pestilence." Soon after receiving the gift, Ingham's house burnt down, followed by a flood when it was rebuilt. So, there you have it. On the slim chance that someone would offer you any of these things on the list, for your own benefit and your immediate loved ones, don't accept it.